Are we back? Does the camera want to work? Okay. I think the camera's good. Sorry for that, all the technical difficulties. You know, being mute for the first few seconds, but for some reason, I don't know why, but the PlayStation camera I used to stream wasn't really working. It kept making my camera go from fade black to white, and it did not look good. And I was like, is this only on my end? Is this also on the stream ends? Because if it's only on my end, then that's fine, I don't really care. But if it's on the stream end, the viewers end, you watching at 12:15 in the morning, then that's obviously not good, and I wanted to give you the best quality content possible. That's not gonna happen if the camera's not good, but whatever, you don't care, right? But as you can see by the title, as you can see by these characters, so to speak, as you can see by the music you're hearing right now, this is, my camera's unfortunately blocking it, but this is called Doki Doki Literature Club. And it's a dating, as you can see, it's a dating anime, you know, waifu girl sim game. But before you go, oh, this is like such a weird game and everything, you know, why is a guy playing this? Which sounds weird, but it's labeled as a psychological horror game. And not only that, but since this is the month of October, and Halloween's all about, you know, October's all about Halloween and horror and, you know, get your scares on and everything, I think this is a good idea, a good, very late night stream, going to the early morning hours to stream this game, this horror game. So, as much as the music, as much as these characters, which, by the way, they are all 18. They're all 18, right? That was literally, before I can even enter the main menu, the game gave me a few dialogue boxes. A, to let me know that this is a psychological horror game that deals with some very sensitive topics. But secondly, just so you know, all the characters you see are 18. So, just wanted me to let you know that. All right, but enough introduction of the way we've been talking for 3 minutes, and most of it was about the camera issues. So let's just hop into this horror game, and let's just see what happens. New game, please enter your name. What do I enter as my name? Let's do that, why not? I don't know, sure. We'll use my real first name, I guess. Oh, spoiler alert, Colt is very close to my real first name. Sorry guys for the spoiler. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she just don't care, totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Okay? You know the kind of friend you've never seen yourself making your day, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Okay? This is so weird. And just the music. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Okay, so why don't you? However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Hey! I'm sorry. Oh man, it's gonna be that kind of stream, ladies and gentlemen. I overslept again, and by the way, I'm horrible at doing voices, especially when they're female voices, and it looks like they're in high school or college or something like that. So, I'm terrible at doing voices, so I'm not even gonna try. I slept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. And you say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's me. It's kind of weird. Maybe I shouldn't have put my real first name. Maybe I shouldn't have put that. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, they don't want you to think we're a couple or something. Oh man, this is so weird. I'm having a great time already. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Cole, have you decided to join a club yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did in one of my many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayer likes to worry too much about me when I'm pretty much content getting by with the average of spending my free time on games and anime. Dope. Better be Naruto, better be one of the animes. And hopefully the only one. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I cannot talk. And it's annoying because it's silent, so I'm having to talk everything. So we're already off to a great start. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET, N-E-E-T, in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's an N-E-E-T? I don't know. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! I know. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is ordinary as ever, as it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking up for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. It better be Naruto, I'm just saying. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm not the only one left in the room. Oh, I'm the only one left in the room. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me, as if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought you know. You know what? Well, then you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori's vice president of the literature club. Name of the game, well, half of it. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it'd be fun to start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who's proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Fair point? Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I was bringing a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Heh. Don't make promises you can't keep. True fact to life. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. This is such a weird game. Oh, man. But I'm into it so far. In a weird way because, once again, this is a horror game. Why? What about this is horror in any way? Unless these anime schoolgirls that are supposed to be, oh, just a dating sim, become murderous and want to kill you and sociopathic and psychopathic. That's the only way I can think of it. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Better be worth it. Better be, vanilla. Vanilla cupcakes. Chat, vanilla cupcakes, better than chocolate ones. Don't hate. I digitally follow Sayer across the school and upstairs, a section of school I rarely visit. It's also weird with no music. Kinda tense. Get your scares on. Sayer, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Whoosh! Oh, there's the music. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Okay. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Me and you. Sayer always says nice things about you. Okay. Seriously, you brought a boy? Okay. Once again, especially the one with the pink hair. They are all 18. I want to make that clear. It literally said before the game started that all the girls you see in this game are 18 and up. So don't think it's weird. It's not that weird. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ha, Cole, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Huh? I don't know what to do there. It was just dots. All words escape me in the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh man. I don't know what I was about to say. I just had a thought in my head like, I would never say this kind of stuff in real life, which that's just what makes it funny to me. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student, but 18. At least. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can't just ignore her when she gets moody. Oh, you can just ignore her. I cannot read. Oh man, it's gonna be a long stream tonight. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Fair? Oh, well, it's nice to meet you both of you. And it sounds like you clearly know Monica. Who knows, right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Cole. Monica smiles sweetly. Okay. We do know each other. Well, we really talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Alright. Way to, downplay yourself, me. And, lack of confidence. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica? Come sit down, Cole. We made room for you at the table so we can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I have a seat next to Sayori. You shouldn't have done that. Should have been Monica. You even said that she's out of your league, beautiful, athletic, all that stuff. Sit next to a girl that's out of your league. You should have done that. That's what I would have, if I had the choice, chat, that's what I would have done. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, okay. I don't know what do I say for that? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. What is this? Why? What is this? This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I had heard this somewhere before? Huh? Haven't heard somewhere before. What? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Fair point. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to its cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. There, that's her looking away. I mean that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. I've never had tea in real life, so... Go ahead, me, from this game version, future universe, alternate version of me. So, this alternate version of me has had tea. Let's just go with that. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? The cupcakes. I mean, I'm not wrong. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori, or pretty much just here for the cupcakes. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make sure the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. You and me both. Avoid politics and everything. Like you already, Monica. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something personally I enjoy and make something special out of it. Respect. That's all I can say. I admire the grind. And if it encourages others to get into the literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the efforts to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Fair point. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can get this club really grow before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked really hard to justify these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Cole, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, I have books over there. A collection of them. Considering how little I've read in these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuka's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri trances the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. Yep, that... A lot of big words, Yuri, so far. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's oblivious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you in for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Okay, a lot of horror. Game, as we know, it's a horror game. And no matter if it doesn't look like it, but the game promises that it is. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. How someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me in a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It left you working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori is very energetic, I will just say that. Very bubbly, very energetic. Okay. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Okay, I have no idea where you're going with this. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. Okay. One thing I'm thinking about how I, in real life, would process and say stuff in a situation like this if I was ever put in a situation like this. And then comparing to the stand-in character me in the game. And I'm like, I would not say that in real life, but sure, okay. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of the work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. What do I do? What do I say? Dots. I guess the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. I don't know what to say there. Man. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Question mark? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Dots. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it would all help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Cole? Mako smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I've bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind this entire time. I never said I would join the club. Saria must have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought. Cole, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? All four of them staring at me at the same time. All 18. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayer wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. No contest. Take that as you will. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. And remember tonight's assignments. Write a poem to begin to the next meeting and we can all share. Mock looks over me and once more. Purple haircut looks kind of bad. Yeah. Is purple hair, cause Dakota, this is a psychological horror / dating sim game. So is purple hair, I think her name is Yuri. Is that the one we should go for as far as the dating goes? We should go for her. Let me know. Cole, I look forward to seeing how you can express yourself. In what way, Monica? Heh, yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Cole, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Reminds me of who? Who would you say? I'm gonna look. Should I look this up in Google or is this gonna give me like some virus? Let's see. Okay, I think I see who you're talking about.
Is a character from MHA.
MHA. Yeah, okay, so this is the person. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Just swap out the purple hair with Yuri with like the bright blue hair that she has, then yeah, agreed. That's right. Sayer and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. I cannot do a girl voice, I'm sorry. I can't. Yeah, well, I have to do 4 of them. Or 3. Oh no, 4. I cannot count. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Yeah, it does say 4. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy to spend every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay. So I guess this is the poem part. Alright, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright, so we have Natsuki, Sayori, and Yuri, but no Monica. So that's already sussing me out. But, so I guess we have to write a poem. So who should we go for? Sayori, Natsuki, or Yuri? I guess we should go for Yuri, the purple-haired one. Is that who we should go for? Huh. Alright, so determination, massacre, joy, wonderful, embrace, peaceful, party, flying, forgive, lust. Right, who do we go for? So what does this mean? What does this do? Let's say I pick joy. Okay, so that worked for Sayori, I guess that's why they hopped. So I have to pick words for characters whoever I'm writing about. Okay, so this is the poem part. And I guess this is like some Mad Libs or something like that because joy infinite, or joy papa doesn't make any sense. So what does a poem, what does it turn out to in the end? So, I guess go for the purple hair one. So what would she like? Grief? Nope. Excitement, friends, treasure, atone, lipstick, sadness. She was all about the big word, so atone. Clumsy, sunny, destiny, cute, special, bed, jumpy, nightgown, sticky question. Destiny? Fun, death, spinning, swimsuit, essence, infallible, essence. Warm, graveyard, comfort, secretive, kitty, insight, smile, tenacious. Hope, helpless. That's funny to be right next to each other. Skipping, harpy, imagination, romance, fear, vanilla, cove, proof. Imagination. Ocean, raindrops, after image. I don't know. Dark? I guess not. Depression, horror. They like horror. Disoriented, vibrant, unending. I'm gonna do Doki Doki just because. I have no idea who I'll pick. But just because that's part of the name of the game, that's who we're gonna pick. Alright, it's Natsuki for some reason. Marshmallow, promise, together, music, memories, family, tragedy, frightening, disaster, tragedy, I don't know. Unrestrained, Starscape, vertigo, incongruent, sensation, heaven's mint, agonizing. All right, so most of the words went for Yuri, the black-haired one. Hi again, Cole. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna focus on Yuri. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Cole. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Yeah, but wait till you see my poem, Yuri. Cause I made it for you. Well, based on what the game said. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you don't even want to join in clubs anyway this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. It's a horror game, chat. That's a little sus. The cogs are turning for a line like that. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Cole always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How old is everyone? Once again, they're all 18, I know that. But how old is everyone? Because this looks like a high school. But if you're in high school, you're not 18. Most of them aren't. So I know. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy when it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Cole can become good friends too. Sayori? Dots. As usual, Siri seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I wouldn't make a big deal if you didn't want to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite not reading? Can't barely talk much either. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet for the manga. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks a little the same, but it looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seemed to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. I'm not looking at you. Nope. Not at all. Nope. Nothing about this is weird. Nope. Nope. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. Dots. Seriously, I don't know what to say. Should I say something special for that? I don't know. But that only makes her hide her face deeper into her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this sentence I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I think what's going on here. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Because I am totally oblivious to social cues and what's going on, and hints. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Is the Illuminati? Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. So far normal. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. Less realistic. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. I mean, she likes horror books. She likes Fantasyland. She likes the twists. So, are you really surprised, me, that there's a dark turn, a dark twist? When she likes horror, she said it? Come on, me. Haha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Cole? No, I am. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. Yeah, because I have a memory of a goldfish. Which, by the way, goldfish apparently have good memories. Apparently they're able to remember stuff for a year. Apparently. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that these kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you have thought about you thoroughly to the protagonist, they've made it out to be the naive one for letting their own one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. So, I guess, funny story, anecdote, thought, it's spare my guess, but that kind of reminds me of, Pain, Nagato from Naruto. How, Pain is this, villain, the Akatsuki, right? And he wants to, destroy the world, and he, destroys the Hidden Leaf Village and everything. But his whole goal was to bring peace, right? Because his world was destroyed, his family was killed. He was born during, one of the great ninja wars. And the reason why I bring that up is because when he's talking to Naruto, right? Naruto's saying, oh, you're destroying, the world and everything. How can you, say, leaving bloodshed as peace? When he basically said, what war, went to my family, watching my family die in front of me is the same thing that's happened to you. So we both want peace, but they just want different things. Going about it different ways. That's the best way to put it. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Kind of weird. It's like, what, day 2 of meeting these people and already talking about personal problems? Alright. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Define strange. Right? And please stop me if I start talking too much. That really helps my throat because I'm having to talk of everybody's lines. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Once again, what do I do? What do I say? Let me know. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book and put it out of my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Or I can just go to another desk. I mean, that's also an option. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Alright. It's not a particularly bad thing. Okay. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yes, because it's very comforting having a pretty somewhat stranger looking over your shoulder and breathing down your neck. Yeah, that's comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at my own book. She's looking at my face, trying to stab it. See what the best angle to stab me with. I glance over, It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just looking for the best angle to stab your eye out. Yuri just really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it a little difficult to turn the page. Here. Okay. This is interesting. Interesting, artwork, frame, whatever you want to call this. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of her book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides under her thumb after I flip it to her side. But in holding like this, we're huddled even closer together than ever before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Maybe a little too close for strangers. Or acquaintances, I guess. Are you ready? To turn the page. What do you think I was talking about? Sorry. I think I got a little distracted for a second. I have many distractions right here. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she faces the page before me, so I turn at my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Okay. The writing on this is great. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses a lot of things she does and says. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your own mannerisms. I see. Alright, we're back to this. You remain silent for a moment, but Cole, that's probably a terrible thing to do to have in common with her. Why? That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Dots. I guess it's more, I misclicked. I went too fast. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share taste poems with each other. We might have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing her to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight, or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess you don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after I pick up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and I slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yep. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find something to share with? Find someone to share with. I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull up their poems. Sayori's is in a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Hey, how's it going, everyone? For any new viewers coming in. And by the way, if you haven't seen this, this is not a weird, creepy dating sim. This is a horror game. And it's because of October, we're playing horror games. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reach into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I share my poem first? Let's go top of the order and go down, so Sayori first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Fair point, that's good reasoning. This is a good poem, Cole. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who...
Gonna hit these chicks with the Koto Amatsu combo.
Nice. Imagine if these girls were in Naruto. That'd be interesting. What would their jutsus be? I'll have to think about that as we continue on and learn more with the characters. But that's something we can think about from now on. What jutsus would all these girls have? Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy you just write one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention that the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. I'm a real person? What? Alright. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Cole. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. We know what the motive is. Let's be honest, chat. As a guy in this perspective, the only guy in a club like this, with all girls, you know what the motive is. Right? Let's keep it 100. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Heh. Well, see about that. Oh god, my camera blocks it. Oh god, that's fun. Something sunshine. Sorry about this, chat. Way you glow through my blinds in the morning. It makes me feel like you miss me. Kiss my forehead to help me up out of bed. Make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish out a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret and I trust you too. If it isn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Cool. Sayori? It's just a guess, but... Did you wait until the morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. I came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my phone? Alright. Natsuki next. Go in the order. Blah. Blah. Cole, if you're not going to take the club seriously, then go home. Sheesh! What? Harsh? What do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe this is not very good, but I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem that you wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're just better off trying anyway. Fair enough? Damn. Alright, Natsuki. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess you gotta share mine now. Why? What's the point? You hate mine. Why do you gotta share mine? Why do you gotta read yours? Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Well, you called mine stupid. Something can climb, something can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Alright, hold on, chat. Gonna pause stream for a second. Alright, let's turn the camera on. Alright, so sorry about that. So I was adjusting the camera because I was not expecting the camera to be blocking some of the poems. So apologies on that. So monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, eagles can fly. Yeah, I told you that they weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So please don't even take my writing seriously. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect from the youngest one here, did you? But you're still 18. Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. Make sure everyone's legal. But if Natsuki is really feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, we're gonna do Yuri now. And remember, like, the majority of the words we did for the first poem was for Yuri, so she should really love this, because that's who we're going for. So let's see. Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighting, because we did the words that were for her. Exceptional. Yes! What's that? Did I say that one out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. This is that trick where it's like, you know, do you see like, oh, your hand covering your face, whatever, and someone does that? It's kind of hard to do with no one else here. You know what I'm mean, chat. You know what I'm trying to say. Yuri first covers her mouth, then covers her whole face. Oh, he's gonna hate me. Or, who's gonna hate me? Really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, loading my poem again. Well, I know that. I just met you, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traced her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. And the end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her staring is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even for a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes to practice and learn by example and try new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking to people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's applauding herself to me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't she supposed to be in a literature club? Oh boy, it's cursive and it's hard to read. Ghost under the light. Right? That says ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light. I'm sorry. It's cursive and the screen's far away, so I have to zoom in and lean in for it. To have withstand the test of time. The lost yet to be replaced by the sickening blue something here of the future. I bathe calm's breathing air of the present, but live in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry, that was horrible. Dots. I'm sorry if I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking about that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Does the game do that? That's interesting. Like, if I was speedrunning this game, let's just say, I was speedrunning this game and I immediately hit X to continue, right, without reading the poem, would she still say this? Or she's saying this because I was staring at the poem for a long time trying to read it, and that's why she's saying it. So if I did not take a long time, like, let's just say, oh, I hit X within 5 seconds, then she wouldn't say this line. But the fact that I took more than 5 seconds, now that she's saying it, right? That's gotta be, right? Isn't that, what's it called? It's something difficulty, dynamic difficulty. That's what it is, where the game changes based on how you play, right? But it took you for a long time to read. I assume that's what it is. If so, that is really meta and that's really cool. Well, I just don't read script very often. Very true. I actually think your handwriting is very pretty. Just please don't write in that handwriting again because it's hard to read. It's just so small. That's a relief. No, it's not. Please. Please don't, for my sanity. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive. Even though I did not read half of it. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Okay, that's a little weird. But alright, let's go. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Who? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Cole. Really? I must have totally missed that point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. But remember that poets express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work? They usually do more than just tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. I have no idea what they're talking about. Lingering in our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably leave a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm glad. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Cole. Me too. Great! That's positive! Alright, let's go! Alright, so, first poem. I think it's a success with Yuri. Great! So, yeah, I think that's the person we're gonna go for. Out of the 4. Unless Maka has something to say about it. Hi, Cole. Having a good time so far? Yeah. So far, so good. Can't complain. How are you? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you over any suggestions to the club, new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Oh. Chat. That's got my cogs turning a little bit. It's the same thing with, oh, did you take so long reading Yuri's poem because it was cursive and it was hard to read? I'm always listening. That is sus. You have to admit, for a psychological horror game, having a character say, I'm always listening, that is sus. So, is she listening to the stream right now? Is she listening to me talk right now? If so, that is sus. That's sus. So they're breaking the fourth wall, hearing what I'm saying right now on stream. Can you hear me right now, Monica? That's sus. I don't know about Monica right now. Alright, I'm always listening. That's cool. Alright. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. That is 1000% me in real life. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha, don't worry, Cole. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's about that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Cole. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. Okay. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations so low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Ha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yep, she does. That's what we're going for. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all their nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. You keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. Ha, that's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the new kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, which is accurate for anything. People are going to be biased towards their own things and how they do things, and when people suggest different things, they're going to be biased and say no. That's just anything. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way that everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Because it's a dating sim? You're impressing people? Ha. Ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I can't always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me, so the direction the sparkle or spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside of it for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out of the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright, it was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Is that supposed to be me? Because I'm looking into the game, I'm looking at the game, looking at the characters, looking at Monica, who's always listening. So it's her looking out to me, and I'm looking in at her and everyone else. Is that what it's supposed to be? So what do you think? I have a sus feelings about you, Monica. You know way more than you're letting on. It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on time between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I should know how to put it. Because it's a spoiler, it's the fourth wall breaks. I guess you could say that I had some sort of epiphany recently. I've been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, sometimes like that. Something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone else is better with friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Cool. Phew. I guess that's everyone. A glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, except Yuri because she loved it. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all, I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. Maya's land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other's expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Sorry about that, phone. Chat. Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Cole did too. No, I didn't. And you didn't like mine. You said mine was trash. And to, get better because, there's no point in me sharing any tips because you just won't listen anyway. So I didn't like it at all. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some of the suggestions of my own. First of all, Excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anything anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something that's particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. No. And Cole liked my poem too, just so you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. I was. Natsuki suddenly stands up, even though I couldn't read Yuri's, because as we know, the handwriting was cursive and it was hard to read. Which, not to rant, cursive, what was the point of you? Alright, cursive, probably the, up there, maybe, or is it the, right? Alright, I don't know if it's a hot take, but to me, cursive was the most useless thing you learn in school. Right? You learn cursive in 3rd grade, you learn how to do A, B, you learn how to do the alphabet, you learn how to write sentences in cursive, and then 4th grade on, you never touch cursive again. So what was the point of learning cursive? Right, why? Why did we learn it? It was 3rd grade, and then that was it. No one cares. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what Yuri stands up as well. What is this music? This music is weird. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Cole appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know that he appreciated my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything overly cutesy. Ooh? Is everything okay? Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one who's... Do I really have to say this? I mean, I'm not... Alright. Remember, chat, I'm not the one who said it. It's the game who wrote it. Said it. I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Cole started showing up. Alright. I didn't say it. The game did. Alright. So don't look at me. Weird. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me if they just noticed I was standing there. Cole, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could go over herself and learn to appreciate this simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Cole. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey completely complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary to limit yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that too, right, Cole? How did I get dragged in a situation like this? I like the bongos. It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gonna be... Well, Natsuki didn't even read my poem because it was so disappointing. Oh, why do I even try? Why even bother? What's the point of me being here? That's what she said. Yuri loved it, and we made the first poem all about her, and then help me say Yuri. Why? So, I'm gonna go with Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's not secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and becomes somewhat very personal. That's why Natsuki felt really thin that you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. Ooh. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and I feel like if you told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's probably trapped at this point, being defiant only that she can't handle the pressure. I don't even feel bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. What is going on? You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at your face right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down her desk. Alright, so me being the moderator, it's not a good idea. But I didn't really like Natsuki to begin with, so I mean, are we really that, disappointed, chat? Is that really much of a loss? I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think anything less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Cole, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, the melons. I would never do anything so shameful. Wait, is that what I'm talking about? Or is it something completely different? Because that's something that what she said, but I don't think that's what she said I'm referring to, but that's what mine immediately went to. I would never do anything so shameful, so, What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? Some of us liked them. Others didn't. You're sweating? You're doing something correctly. Maybe I don't know if there's swearing in here. You're doing something correctly. I think. I mean, that's the one we're going for based on the poems. We're trying to get her, I guess. That's the one we're going for as far as the poems. How did you feel all about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Oh, you're back. Well, mostly. Cole, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you'll learn something from your friends now. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress, which is Yuri. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Cole, ready to go walk home? Sure, let's go. Yay. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier, about their fight in the chest region. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? How they have jabs about their bodies and figures and shapes? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen something like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Cole, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think that everyone really likes you too. Every day is gonna be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, let's see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Pat, pat. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori's internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Alright, part 2, poems. Tragedy, nope. Heaven's Mint. Big words, horror. Big words for Yuri. Agonizing. Insight, treasure, landscape, hopeless, disaster, frightening, vivid. Vivid. Disarray. Tenacious. Jump, lust. Hop, marriage, shakes. Nature, entropy, waterfall. Entropy. Pleasure, sugar, breathe, crimson, existence. Variance, disoriented, amazing, rain cloud, ribbon, vibrant, proof, beautiful, headphones, promise. Variance. Extreme, prayers, flee, fireflies, sparkle, hurt. Extreme. Candy, playground, flying, vanilla, contamination. Fun, precious, sensation. Unrequited. Really? Fatality. Anxiety, uncanny, cove. Cage, passion, excitement, philosophy. Friends, puppy, nibble, melody, forgive, dazzle, journey. Climax, afterimage. Fantasy, holiday, atone, pout. Explode, blanket, parfait, vertigo. Depression, lazy, ocean, charm. Loud, peace, incongruent, bliss. Never mind. Alright, well, most of them were Yuri stuff. I think it was like, what? Out of the 20, it was like 16, 17 Yuri. Another day passes, then it's time to club meeting again. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Cole. Hey, Sayori. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me and buy a snack? No thanks. It's not you like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why? Why? Why that all of a sudden? Yeah. Please tell me, alternate me, why? What for? No reason, really. I just want to see your purse. I'm planning on robbing you. I just want to look at it so I can rob you. See how much money there is. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets it constantly spill into the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Ha. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. It's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you had enough money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. Uwa. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Alright. Going for the throat. Ha. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Cole to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved in something like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean it like that. I get too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think of that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still coming from you, though. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Again, the little cogs in my head. This is a horror game. Hey, don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more than credit than that, Sayori. Heh. Out of nowhere, something smacks her in the face and tumbles on the desk. Bang! Pwap! Kia! Ow. What was... a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is that some miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Heh. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. So it's totally worth seeing your reaction though. Ha. Natsuki? That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot just for one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine, fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Heh. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her in a big old bear hug. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Alright. Clever girl. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Oh, whoa. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Maka, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Maka's in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a little bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's probably pretty popular anyway. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. Well, damn. There goes my chance. I guess it makes sense I'm going for Yuri. She has a boyfriend. Monica, how could you? That's fine though. We're going for Yuri anyway. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Wow. Great self-esteem and confidence there, Yuri. That's true. I can't help you. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Maka chose the club over a boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. A boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Maka quizzically glances at me. Huh. Okay. Okay, Monica. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period it was study hall, and to be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Ha. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played piano music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always just wanted to learn piano. Is it because I'm there and now you're learning? That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Monica really wants to get my attention. It's interesting. Because remember, she said the same thing earlier about she's always listening, right? Which is very weird, right? It sounds normal, like, oh, they're always listening, you know, oh, I'm the president, I'm the leader, and, listen for feedback, right? As any president would. But in a game like this, saying I'm always listening has a different meaning. And it can mean the fourth wall. Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Looking in my eyes. Yay, that sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? See? In that case, I won't let you down, Cole. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to put any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to a book, and Natsuki's disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing I can make into my reading, if there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch her as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this into the teacher's desk, and then we'll get some water. They just keep a tea kettle in a classroom? I assume a high school? Why? How? She walks past me and settles the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Nowhere. What do I say? We're just, Yuri's gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounded to explain this to Monika. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monika, please mind your own business for once. There we go. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Cole in club activities? What? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Cole. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Something's gonna happen. Either Yuri or Monika, something's gonna happen. And the music is quiet, so it makes me think something bad is gonna happen. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. What? I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? Something about the way she said that, it made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monika to judge people like that. What is happening? Why did she put the forehead on the wall? What's going on here? Cole? How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them in a way. But you can always amplify them in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you just hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Cole, I really like being friends with you. Not exactly trying to be friends with people, but sure, okay. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, because that's not what I want. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah? Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Cole, do you like oolong tea? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Yeah. Anything is fine. Also, that was weird. Very well. Yuri set the temperature in the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. If I'm not an expert or tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be able to... Wait. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try to express myself a little bit more. It turns out that it's not very hard for me to do when it's you around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worried about me, Cole. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Cole, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why? Why? Why's that? Yeah, why? It's a little bit easier on my back. Okay. Is it because of the, large melons that affects your posture? Is that why? I can breathe with my back against the wall rather than bending over my desk because the posture is just so forward. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's mostly because of I assume that's what it is, right? And it's not me, being weird or creepy or anything, because Natsuki said it yesterday, a comment like that, about the breasticles, right? I think that's the way to put it. So yeah, it's not even me thinking it and saying it, it's the game already implied and said it beforehand. So it's just coming back to something that was previously mentioned. I'm not being creepy. Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the floor, teacups at our sides. As in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. It's at this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. How much closer? Because wasn't last time our faces were against each other? We can feel our breathing? I can't see too well. Huh? Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's become less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Match holding it with my hand, that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now, I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Okay. How many times does that happen? Right? Just accidentally touching the chest. Especially reading. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Alright. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder time while reading it from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Okay. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and put it into her mouth without consent, without her knowing, just shoved it in there. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if it was a situation that was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Once again, she didn't even know that I was placing the chocolate. It was just, she was reading it, all of a sudden, something was shoved in her mouth. That's not weird at all. I apprehensively placed the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closed her lips all over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks, as if she doesn't know what just happened. Because I did not have consent. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened because she's so confused. As anyone would be. Cole? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. No, you shouldn't have. Well, you're just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? I mean, not really in this kind of context. True. But yeah, that's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation's gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't even focus right now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. Alright, there's no one else here, so... how did I even come to this? Yuri doesn't even avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breasts. Okay, take that as you will, chat. Take that as you will. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Oh, this is getting uncomfortable and weird in a hurry. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone, alright. Now it's normal. Way to make it less awkward. Yuri jolts back. Almost hitting her head against the wall again. It's time to share poems. Cole, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something that neither of us will have the courage to bring up, because you probably shouldn't, because it was awkward. We didn't have consent with shoving chocolate in a mouth, especially a woman, a girl. We didn't have consent for that. Hot breath on my fingers. Yeah, that was awkward, that was weird. Who should I show my poem to first? Natsuki doesn't like me, so let's just get this one over with. Well, I can admit that's better than the last one. Even though Natsuki didn't get anyone this time. I don't think she did. No, she didn't. But at least the last one, the first one, like, what, 1 or 2 went to Natsuki and she hated it? This one was better, even though none of them were her words. Alright. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort, even though it's not for you. That's good, but I still don't like this set at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. Maybe because it's not meant for you. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me, huh? You're not trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. We don't want her to hear, and that's what we're trying to do. But I can't tell her because I can't be upfront about my feelings, so I can't reveal them, so be quiet about it. You know, Yuri would love this kind of angsty, but just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean, looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve through what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you write it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Alright. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Huh. Obviously, if we were trying to impress Natsuki with the words designed for her in the poems, she would be acting totally different. So, from now on, can I not show my poems to Natsuki? Does her, like, not come up as an option anymore? Interesting. Right, she probably doesn't come up as an option anymore. Let's go to Sayori. Oh, I like this one, Cole. Well, at least that makes one of you. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Doesn't mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I'll lick them both. That's not very helpful, you know? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not really sure that's how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you try at least giving me some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But if you're always thinking about other people, you need to think about only for yourself for once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. That feels weird. That feels a little weird, chat, don't you think? Well, I don't really know what you mean by that. Yeah, but I try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Well, wait, something I like sad poems too. Sometimes I like both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm thinking for? Bittersweet. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking things that are sad, Yuri. I mean, Sayori. Yuri probably likes sad stuff too because it's horror and it's tragedy. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when... Yeah, right? Yeah, Dakota, what does that mean? Happy and sad? But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the little rain cloud a little hug. Okay? And what makes a happy and make a nice happy rainbow? Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Cole. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the safest, it's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the books and crannies. In the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping.
Just clip the bit of me getting those 6 offensive words in a row on you and Zach are laughing in the background and it's so fun.
Nice. Cool. Let me know if I assume you're gonna post that either on YouTube or TikTok, and let me know how that goes. I stow dust off my bottle caps, or I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them out from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling, though they are shouting, pleading something. But all I hear is echo, echo, echo inside my head. Okay. Quite long, and what's the lore? What's the hidden meaning behind this? Holy crap. Say, did you write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best friend poem ever? When does it start to get scary? That's a good question, Dakota. I'm not sure. There's been a couple moments, right? I'm not sure if you've been paying attention because I saw that you were streaming at one point as well. But there's a few lines that characters have said that have got my cogs turning and being like, that's kind of sus. But no, nothing scary's happened so far. It's just been a weird dating sim and having comments about a woman's breasticles, I guess. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to being cheerful. Well, never mind.
Tried to start a watch party. Sadly, I don't understand how to, so I fucked up face with tears of joy.
I tried to start a watch party, so I don't understand how, so I fucked up. Sad. Tragic.
Surviving in chat while you read me to sleep.
Alright. Well, glad I can help with that because we're gonna be going at this for a while. No idea how long this game takes. It's currently 2:14 in the morning, so we'll go for as long as we feel.
7 times Dakota.
Alright, that's not for me, so you two have fun. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is that it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. That's a weird thing to say. Once again, it's one of those things where it's sus. Like, why do they say it like that? Keep writing until you die. That's weird, chat. That's weird. That's sus. Something's gonna happen. I just know it. Don't get ahead of yourself. That's also something weird to say, and I'm not gonna question it because Cole here, not me, that Cole version of Cole, not all right in the head sometimes. And sometimes totally oblivious. Sari's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I show my poem to now? Let's do Monica. Let's do Yuri last. Hi again, Cole. How's the running going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. True words to life. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come with this masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. They're thinking. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? Maybe. I mean, I'm trying to impress her. I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented, and I'm trying to impress her by connecting with her and finding something to get along with as a conversation starter. Since my conversations with her when it comes to horror books are just, like we said, is as she's talking to a rock. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. Okay? That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get so much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's going on in the head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still defend her like that. You must be pretty into her. You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Even though we were already claiming that you had a boyfriend yesterday? What, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispered that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, and endless... something endless of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, getting... grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me? Huh? What? Load me? What does that mean? Chat, what does load me mean? Load me. That sounds important, cause this is the end of the poem, there's all this empty space, and the game doesn't expect you to just scroll a little bit more to see what's there, and it says load me. What does that mean? Load. Wait, I think you know what it means. Wait, there's a load button that's just saving settings. Can I... I guess it's the way I write loader. I'm trying to... Let's game it, yeah. I see that there's a load option, but it's not letting me select it. Right? Like I can't scroll through anything. Like the only thing I can do is hit X to go to the next dialogue. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I said, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space in the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. It's the way I write the lines that really short makes you feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's a little hard for me to tell what's about it though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monka's writing tip of the day. Something you'll find yourself facing a different decision.
Go get you yeah, me hair my inner.
Nice. I agree, but I can't see the loader. Right, I see the load option, but I can't scroll, I can't do anything. It's not letting me scroll through anything. The only button I can press, chat, is the X, and if I press X, it goes to the next text on the dialogue. That's the only thing I can do. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen, because this is a horror game. Well, that's my tip about writing. What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, can I save? Can I load? It's not letting me do anything. Oh, it just appeared. Oh. What? Huh? What does that make sense? If I hold left trigger, the skip icon highlights, but I can't move it. Right trigger doesn't do anything. How do I get to load? The only thing I can do is skip. What is going on? Oh! Wait. Load. Wait, how do I load her? Wait, what is this? These are the save files. What is this? Okay, auto save settings. Okay, what? Loader? Load? These are save files. How do I load her? What? History. Alright, this is the chat. This is the text. Save game, load game. I'm gonna save this for right now. Save game. Return to desktop. What is this? Oh. DDLC. Okay, that's back to the game. Side stories. Files. Mail. Pictures. Music. Settings. What is this? Side stories. The side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in DDLC. So, we got Trust. So, Monica and Sayori Trust Part 1. Understanding, so that's Yuri and Natsuki Part 1. And these two are grayed out, so I assume once we complete Part 1, we get Part 2. Is that what I take from this? Files. Characters, game, internal, reset. Internal, what is this? What is this? Oh, okay, there's nothing there. Game. Scripts, poem, words. Images, fonts, saves, audio, characters. What is this? What is this game? Monica, Natsuki, Sayori, Yuri, characters. And there's the delete. Unable to open Monica, unknown file type. Huh. And there's, wait. Delete. Okay, we can delete those. For some reason, so we can delete. Huh. We can delete the character file? What does that mean? Does that mean we delete them from the game like they never existed? Is that what that means? Oh god, if so, that is weird. What is this? This is like the Matrix. Being able to look at the Matrix and delete people's existence like they never existed. What is going on? I mean, I kind of want to delete just to see what happens, but I don't want to, delete somebody, important or whatever, and my whole story's ruined. Mail. No new mail.
Did you load her?
Did you load her? I mean, it didn't seem like it. I mean, there's a load option, but the load option you got in the main game, it seemed to be just for autosaves, just like periods of saving throughout the game. And the characters, there doesn't seem to be a load option for this in the characters. I hit open, unable to open. So I don't know what they mean by loader, right? I don't know what they mean. But we have no mail. Pictures. Okay, there's just like bonus stuff like collectibles. Okay, these are poems. Okay, where's the one that says load? No. 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 I'll find it next.
Trying to sleep to this. Can you make your voice more lumberjackish?
More lumberjackish. Okay. Load me. Endless poem of meaningless. Load me. What does that mean? Load me. I can't open the character because that doesn't seem to do anything. It says like unable to open. And load seems to be the actual load function in the game. It seems to be, oh, I saved this, part in the game at this point in time. So we're loading that. So I don't know what they mean by load me. Music. What is it? All right.
Can you possibly get like a lower, grumbly voice? Kind of a raspy texture.
Well, think about that. So this is interesting. I assume this is just music that's played in the game. And I'm not sure if I should play it because I'm not sure how copyright works. And these are just settings in the game. And is that it? Can I do anything else? No. All right. I guess go back to DLC then. Oh, that was weird. This game's not suitable for children or those easily disturbed. All right. I guess go back to where we were. You can now use the skip button to fast forward to that you've already read. All right. Yuri's the only one left.
Also, can you please put on a fedora?
Also, can you please put on a fedora, talk to Superlist, and talk about Discord kittens?
Possibly don a cape.
Possibly don a cape. Dakar, I think the only cape you'll ever see me streaming in is an Akatsuki robe. Let's see what you've written for today. No words. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Cole, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick this up so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try to give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows.
Talk about how you can't afford the Discord Nitro for this month as your charges for anime action figures were too much.
What? What does that mean? Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciative like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I don't really only write for myself, and besides, people would laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even when you're close friends? Bleh. Once again, I don't know. Yuri doesn't respond to that.
Makes so much more sense, Shirtles.
Not trying to get demonetized for nudity, Dakota. But I do like the suggestion. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If that's with you. Oh god, they ripped coaster again, so now this sucks to read. The raccoon? It happened in the dead of night while I was...
Could you shave the top of your head, just leaving the sides of your hair, throw on glasses and talk like an old man that fought in WW2 that?
I assume it's more of the chat, but it got cut off. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside my windows.
Asterisk that met a femboy in Thailand.
I believe the first time I noticed my something tendencies. Something. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious aware of the consequences. Well, aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The
Judy Bloom to the class and every.
What? You keep saying references I don't understand.
Some kid ripped straight cheeks and it was so silent.
I have no idea what's going on in chat anymore. But I'm not saying I'm not entertained. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread was something cautiously. The raccoon, something. Why are they writing cursive? Makes it so hard to read. I want to read it, but it's getting to the point where I just want to skip and hit continue. You know what? I'm just gonna hit continue. I was a little more daring this one than yesterday's. I can see that. Is there like a quick read, like a clean read option where it just shows like black text, like a black screen with white text, right? Just let me read like that. That'll be way easier. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a lot closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and convey emotions through them. Yeah, but I take it at face value, then I can't figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Class was having nap time and the teacher was reading Pete the Cat and the ADHD.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way that feels for me to indulge in any unsensual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm...
Ran around, tripped and smacked his head into a deep asterisk desk. Really, did the kid get a concussion?
What is going on in chat? It's those sort of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself?
It was good, but we all laughed, including the teacher. New alcohol is gone.
Alright, hold on. Hold on, chat's being weird for a second. Alright. But because they're embarrassing and people would make fun of me, Don't you have anything like that, Cole? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, because some things make us uncomfortable. After all, I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness. I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There aren't many people like you. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would be so comfortable sharing my feelings, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Okay, everyone. We're all done with reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today so everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. So do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Sorry, I'm just catching up with chat for a second. Alright. Chat's really entertaining right now, so sorry for the little pause for a second. Anyways, it's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting my new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sari's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to be choose a poem to recite during the events. But the cool part is, we're also going to be letting anyone else come up and create poems too. Sari's putting it all on the poems in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Yay! Sari's been coloring that poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You did it! You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not that a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? And there's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine it. Yuri shaking her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. I remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. And it's a lot to ask of them to create their poems and out loud for a whole room full of people. I guess kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. And if we start the event, each other put on a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. Being intimate with yourself, guys. Finding new horizons and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if I feels it takes, and if it is take, and if, blah, I can't talk. To be fair, I've been going for 2.5 hours and I'm the only one caring here. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes instead of 2 hours for me and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Blah, meh. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask, and I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying very hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but bleh. It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Augments in reality. Ooh. Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Bleh. I don't know what to do, so I'm just coming off the top of my head. Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else, expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, don't say that. It'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind to herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion between each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her that I do not understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called... Oh, God. It's called what? What's it called? It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Okay. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she's practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting on so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple words, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns, and its structure then enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the roaring fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around as she believes bewildered herself. Bleh. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we don't want to applaud for her, but we are caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Blah, I don't know. Oh man, it's gonna be fun. Looks like Yuri's done for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Haha. Sorry I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself like in front of a mirror to your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, I feel like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheesy like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gave it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Cole liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem you did was really nice. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen other poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on where you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing this kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then, next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Cole. It's not going to compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Cole lower everyone's standards before I do that. Natsuki? It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll also have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. So I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence to your writing. That's something that'll improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... Why are you looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem's called... something. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little more unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if it gives feeling to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She helps back to her seat. That wasn't bad, was it? That's easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Ah, well, do you at least feel prepared enough to do it in front of other people? I mean, doing in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want by other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'll be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess that is the case. You won't have to worry about it much for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you will have an idea with what it like is for now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know about ahead of time of when you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poems to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't seem to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah. No problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow. So as well. I've been working out. Well, maybe Monica works out too, who knows? If so, she fits way higher on the tier list if she works out. But it's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As far as the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to go through with it. If it's the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Heh. Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Colt. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's just go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's been a little bit quieter than usual on my way home. Hey, Sayori? Huh? Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking something from earlier today. I like how we get to, say it almost with our words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, should we save? Because we haven't saved at all in the game, and Monica did mention on one of her writing tips that saving's important. And I feel like this is a question that changes your story, so let's save here. I feel like that changes things no matter what you choose. So, walk home with Yuri, walk home with Sayori. Sayori's a childhood friend, a neighbor, and it's convenient that's what we've always done. But Yuri's the one we're going for. Huh. And Sayori keeps saying that they are happy when they see other people happy, right? That's their main happiness, is making other people happy. That's when they're happy. So, I'll still walk home with Sayori, I'll still walk home with Yuri. It feels like we've been pretty good when it comes to getting Yuri's attention. Unless something bad happens by choosing Yuri. Let's choose Yuri, right? Hopefully that's not a bad decision. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? Given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You just submitted it. Jeez. That's not when any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen. Well, maybe, but it's just think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? That's kind of weird. Right? Because for childhood friends, that's not something you say to your best friend, you know? Oh, I won't be here much longer. Need you? Sayori? I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry? Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is replacement for you. If you say so, the conversation trails off and I'm feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for traveling with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her, but if there's something that makes me feel happy, I would hate to just take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen until that time? Alright, how long have I been streaming? It's been a little under 3 hours. And it's currently about 3 AM now. Do we take a pause? Right, it's been 3 hours. That's a question. Do we pause it? Pause it. Well, let's finish the poem and then we'll think about it. Alright, so Yuri, let's see, it's big words for Yuri. Entropy, eternity, vivacious, contamination, big words the better, disown. I don't know how that's Yuri, but sure. Fantasy, misery, philosophy, vertigo. A lot of these are repeated from earlier days, so it's pretty easy. Tenacious, essence, massacre, comfort, suicide, aura, daydream, incongruent, portrait, spinning electricity, inferno, unrequited, peaceful, clouds, forgive, romance, captive, fireworks, joy, vacation, whisper, climax, lipstick, meager, death, special, embrace. Never mind. We are so close. Fester. Starscape. We were one short. 19 of 20 was Yuri. Dip. Ah, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in, too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Heh. You must have a ton of determination. Like Undertale. Remember that game from years ago? What's happened? Started this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you? And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you just complaining about just yesterday you're at Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our past the festival, our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I didn't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name, Monica. What? Hold on, I'm gonna look that up for a second because I don't get it. Sorry. Okay, so apparently, according to Google, Ika is squid in Japanese. So there's the joke. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke doesn't make sense in translation. Yep, because it's in Japanese. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori's sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori? I whip my hand in front of her face. Not Siri. Go away, Siri. Sayori. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright if you say so. Great friendship there. That's fine. I mean, it's the same thing when, oh, you're talking to a girl and they're like, I'm fine, when in reality, they're not fine. I worriedly glanced at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else, but the conversation has already dispersed with everyone else back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who's shuffling through some paper at her desk. Cole, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? And what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into a little too much, but she seems a little downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind, but I'm sorry I'm not the one asking you that, Cole. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really liked this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her, but this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you know anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. I can also talk to her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members too, you know? Maybe I'll try to talk to her myself. Are you sure about that? You seem like she wanted to be left alone. Alone. Are you sure? It's that, SpongeBob Squidward episode where he was frozen in a freezer and he went to like, what, 5000 AD or something like that? And he was in that white space. Oh no, he broke the elevator and he was in that white space where he was just showing the back on the back, you know, white background and everything with no SpongeBob, no Patrick, and it was all just a lone text all around him. You remember the episode, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? Think about it. Person of interest. It's not rocket science, my dude. Saying that to myself. I'm saying that maybe the thing on our mind is you, Cole. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori's always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different than it's always been. You're so funny, Cole. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful is because that's how she's been around you? Huh. And I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, but so you should know that just forget what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so you can think about it for now. Alright. Maka smiled meaningfully. I know she said to forget it, but I already know that I won't be able to get that words out of my head. Maka stands up from her desk and walks across the room to see where Sayori's sitting. I watch her kneel down next to her and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet I can't hear from her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about it and to have fun with everyone else, but that's just not impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her, then letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yeri peering from my book. from a book staring into my soul. But she looks away just as quickly with a frustrated look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my way and sit down next to her own. I didn't want to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How are you able to tell I was feeling like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your own posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry I guess you caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are the only concern of those who willingly share that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I'll be glad to listen. It's really not that much big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, that seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh? That's quite romantic. Huh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Cole? The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there's so many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you may think that there might be something behind there, and after all, I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going inside the head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looks like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori? She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Well, I guess. But you don't need to pass it that way. Put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Sayori suddenly looks deep into my eyes. Or did I say Sayori? Yuri. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves, and you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it, yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. It's silent. Something's gonna happen. That's how I've always noticed. Whenever it's silent, something goes wrong or something gets my cogs turning because it sounds weird, right? Something happens whenever there's silence. Okay, never mind, I guess. Screw that theory. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything's back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Who should I share? Okay, I'm gonna do Natsuki first because if you remember, last time they were like, oh, don't share with me again everything. You know, I'm not gonna read it. So I wanna see if they'll read my poem this time or just be like, just dismiss and that's it. That's the end of the conversation. I'm curious. Yeah, no thanks. You didn't even next. See? See? I knew it! Right? Because the previous day, she was like, oh, don't show me this poem again. Like, you're getting worse than everything. You're not, you know, everything is so sophisticated. You're trying to impress Yuri and everything. So don't bother sharing with me anymore. So yeah, she's now gone, right? We've ruined the Natsuki storyline trying to get, you know, her to fall in love with us and everything. And, you know, write poems for her. So she's pretty much just done. Sarah, Yuri, Monica. Let's do Yuri, and then we'll do Monica, and then we'll go to Sayori, right? Because I feel like it's good to go to Monica before Sayori, since Sayori's being weird. All right, Yuri, aka the favorite one. Cole, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you show me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it's ever come to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me, but I've never been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling, I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought I'd be able to feel like this. I remember you mentioned that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you never even shared it with anymore. It is kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Cole, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. This is a weird transition. Right? This is a weird transition. Talking about poems to this. This is weird, but alright. Interesting music choice as well. Did you know that? No? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Oh, we've known that since the beginning. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing, inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day, you know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for asking like a know-it-all. Or that's like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Cole. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what I was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. I haven't. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful, that's really important to me. I know I'm a different person, Cole. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, if I joined the club I would hope make friends. And I would say that I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, you've ruined it, my guy! They want to be more than friends, and I did the friend zone card. You ruined it. Yeah, we really are friends, aren't we? You ruined it! Yuri puts her head in her hands. My guy, you ruined it! But this time, she's smiling as she does it. Do you want me to show your poem? My dude, you're so oblivious. He's so dumb. Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Okay, as much as we're going for Yuri, I don't like these poems because they're so hard to read with the cursive. So, do I just skip? Because I can't read these. I'm just gonna skip. I can't. Finish the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I didn't know if it was be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Huh? Yuri's having even a hard time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared this with me, so thank you. And I hope we get some more time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again tried to hand the poem back to her, but instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate responds in a warm touch. You can, the poem is, once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice. Yeah. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor somehow, or sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you would do a good job. Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something, but I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem back. Who should I show my poem to next? Alright, we said Monica because we're asking about Sayori as well. Hi Cole. Have you thought about what you want to submit the poem for the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure you'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Heh. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style's gotten so refined, Cole. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things that, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple of days than she's talked in a whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting a lot of effort. You must really like her. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her at the club room every day, reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. And makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel wasn't too bad either, you know? Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri hasn't used to open herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. The books aren't a total escape from reality. There's just a bandage. Huh. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. What? This is when a weird turn. Anyway, alright. You don't just say that and just move on. Alright, cool. I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. Sora's not gonna talk about that, that was it? The lady who knows everything. Is this supposed to be Monica? Because she's always listening, she's intentionally in the background, but it seems like every time we talk to her and see her, she knows way more than she lets on. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth, the lady who knows everything, a beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought, and here I am, a feather. Lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, no legends don't exist, but when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind causes to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, I drill a dry quilt, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist, and with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Okay, maybe that's not about Monica. I just assumed the title of The Woman Knows Everything, The Lady Knows Everything. And once again, it seems like Monica does know everything. And what's going on. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life and meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything. No, that's... Excuse me, it's been over 3 hours. So, I've been reading a lot. But it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I didn't really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world just start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional. Right. Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're too afraid that's not that good? It can be a little disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much time into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Man, we don't even ask about Monaco with Sayori? Alright. Well, I guess we're talking to Sayori then. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for something else, didn't you? Ha. So if we were doing the poems for her, it would be way more positive? So does that mean we're ruining the relationship with Sayori now? Because we were writing poems for Yuri? Huh. Probably Yuri. Probably. Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not what I really meant though. But it's okay. You're making new friends just like I was hoping. But that makes me really, really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Cole. Sayori? Is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Heh. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go on with everyone else now, if you insist. Yay. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Maka I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hang on a second. It's just me, or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing a club. A catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Ooh? Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is gonna happen. In your books, maybe? Look, the only thing that is different that Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayori helps lighten the mood a little bit easier, didn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she wanted just to pee. Natsuki, please show me some decency. Oh, come on. She usually wasn't feeling too well, so she went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously. Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, and I didn't want to force it. Who? That curious expression come from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone's gonna do this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot more of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as far as Yuri can, guys, can you help give me something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now, Natsuki, stop pouting. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That might be the case, but if I can't stop, also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know. It's just impossible to read. So you should make some banners and decorations to help set up the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Your expression suddenly changes as she suddenly stares at her desk and starts mailing to herself, or nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Cole, the one who is truly useless. Agreed. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It will probably go a long way to help give one of them a hand. You could always help out me, though. I would be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are you going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give to you. It's like Nanaka's going to give you a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like this. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you like to handle the bacon on your own. Cole may like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may only be suited for assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more that you're just making excuses for Cole to... What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work, and baking isn't? Jeez, what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. By the end, I think it's up to Cole to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? Which is true. Out of all four of them, we spent the least amount of time with Monica. Which is weird, because they're the president. You'd think we spend the most time with them. So, I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez. Can we just sell this already? Yeah. Cole, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone look straight at me. But of course I'm gonna go with... Sayori's an option. Do we try to save Sayori, the childhood friend? Do we do Monica? Alright, let me save here. Alright, well, I'm removing Natsuki because we pretty much ruined that to hell. To HE double hockey stick. So there's no point in doing anything Natsuki related. We pretty much fumbled the whole relationship with them. So out of Yuri, Monica, and Sayori. Yuri's the option because this is the thing I'm thinking about this. So if we think about all three, Yuri's the one we're going for, right? To be in the relationship with. Like, oh, the love interest, the crush. That's Yuri in this playthrough. Monica is the club president, and once again, her always listening, it seems like she knows way more than she lets on. So I want to know more about her. So that's for Monica. And Sayori is a childhood friend. They seem to be... Something's going on with them. So... Who do I choose? What if I choose Monica? I want to know what's going on. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monica. Yeah, you picked me. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work most suitable for one person, but you also have Sayori as well, which is another good point. 2 birds, 1 stone. I can see what's going on with Sayori and also learn more about Monica because it seems like Monica knows way more than they're letting on, so it'd be way both. But it doesn't seem like the game is letting me do it, what I want. But you already have Sayori helping you as well. But Cole's the one who, that doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives get in the way. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica. Yeah. We have a lot of work to do, you know? We won't do as good of a job if you make us do it all alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If you want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources, which is me. I'm the resource. So are you gonna do the right thing, President? Okay, I get it. It's technically most logical for Cole to help out one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. Do you have a preference? So I can't pick Sayori? Huh. Alright, so Monica, they're just not letting me pick her no matter what. So seems like that's just what it's gonna be. So, Yuri and Sayori. Yuri's the one we're going for. Sayori, we get to learn what's going on with them. Alright. I think we're gonna pick Yuri. Because here's why. Let me tell you why. Here's why I'm picking Yuri. Because not only the main reason is it comes back to the question that Sayori asked yesterday about, would you not walk home with me today and, walk with Yuri one time or whatever? And I said yes to the Yuri part because A, we're going straight for Yuri as far as the poems go, right? We're going to beeline for Yuri as far as the person we want to impress the most. But not only that, but Sayori's made it very clear that they're a character that, is happy when other people around are happy, and so they're happy by association. So I feels like Sayori as the best friend should be okay with me and my own happiness. So let me do Yuri. Well, probably most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you, Natsuki? I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying. So you'll be helping Yuri then, Cole? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuko will be able to handle the bacon yourself. I mean, yeah, I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki's feeling a little sour. So is that everything we need to go over? Yep, that should be it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Yep. Because we all know why. We're making the beeline for Yuri. Do you feel the same way, Cole? Yeah, me? Yeah. I guess you could say I'm interested to see how things will turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Bleh. Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Cole picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that, and you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be something far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri's trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she's trying to say something Sayori would say in a time like this. Because Sayori always helps someone smile and feel good about themselves. See? No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing, but I'm gonna say this. What? You better bet that my cupcake's gonna be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone picks up their things. I start to follow Maka and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry. I realize that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe I slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yeah? Alright then. You and I exchange phone numbers? Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I'll prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press her for a reason, but it's not like I should matter much anyway, so I just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are, but so don't underestimate yourself, Cole. I think that we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only choose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any reason you might have chosen me. You're forgetting the reason with the common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with a serene, tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri's gonna be coming to my house on Sunday. My anxiety is shooting through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off of it. I seriously cannot wait. It's already Sunday. Alright. Let me save here. Alright. Let's see here. So we've been streaming for 3.5 hours. And it feels like not much has happened in the game so far, which is weird, right? Because once again, this is a psychological horror game and nothing has happened that's even remotely close to being horrifying or tense or anything. It's all just been this dating sim poetry stuff. So nothing interesting or weird or psychological horror or anything has happened. But I think we're gonna take a little bit of a break because it seems like there's so many more hours of this game left since we've only been going for 3. And once again, it feels like not much has happened, but I'm sure everything's gonna ramp up soon. But we're gonna take a little bit of a break because we've been streaming for 3 hours. It's currently 4 in the morning. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break and then we'll be back at this soon. And hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been a very interesting game so far, I'll say that. But I'll see you guys later. Peace.